Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elsie and I'm the founder of Low Carb Recipe Ideas. If you've been watching my videos so far, you notice this is the first time that I'm speaking in front of a video. I'm sorry, I may not be very good at this, but I'll try my best. The reason I started this YouTube channel is basically to share all my low carb and to some extent keto recipes as well. I love to cook, so I thought, why not just share? But you know, sharing in my social medias basically is making me accountable at the same time. I mean, if I were to tell the whole world what's my problem and what I'm going to do about it, I think the chances of me keeping up with what I'm supposed to do is much higher. It makes me more committed, more responsible, and that's why sharing is not only hoping to benefit others but to benefit myself as well. Okay, I have to say even my video skills is very limited because I have learned everything from scratch. Even when I started my Instagram, I did not know anything. I have to learn from scratch. The same is with my YouTube videos as well. I have to learn everything from scratch. But I am trying to improve more and more over time, and I will really look forward to all your support by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. For those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much. I really truly appreciate it. Now in this video, I would like to share number one, how I lost 4 dress sizes. It may not seem like a lot because even my son used to joke when I told him that I wanted to do a video on my weight loss journey. He joked about, "Mom, you were not a case of like this size and shrinking to this size and wearing bikinis and showing out all your abs and all that." I said, yeah, I'm not that case, but 4 sizes is a great deal for me. So I'm close to 60, so I don't think I will be ever be in that kind of body shape. But maybe I represent most or majority of the women. So I'm happy if I can motivate some of you. Now, the next thing I want to share is how I got rid of my chronic acid reflux. It was a very severe problem where I suffered so much from pain, discomfort, and also the third thing I want to share is how I normalized my blood sugar level from a diabetic level to a normal level. And also lastly is how I improved my immune system, which was actually one of the best things from living low carb. So please stay tuned. First of all, I want to clarify that when I state the title of my video as how I lost 4 dress sizes without exercise, I am not advocating a no exercise lifestyle. In fact, exercise is good for a fitness level. But I have not been an active person even in school. I'm not good at any sports. When I was a kid, I was a bit chubby. I only started to slim down, I think, during my teenage years. And even up to my 20s. I got married very young at 23. And I had my son at 25, so I was still pretty young, and I was slim once, so that was the time when I was slim because I was young, but eventually 8 years later when I had my daughter, I ballooned up to 90 kilos, and ever since that, losing weight became a very difficult battle. So I was overweight most of the time. I tried dieting a lot, but it's been a yo-yo kind of pattern where I lose some weight and then I gain some weight, I lose some, I gain some. It was a vicious cycle. I tried all sorts of diets, fat diets, from starvation to controlling the food intake amount, and even spending thousands of dollars on going to professional sleeping centers. All of this didn't really help because I feel so deprived of food. So when I started eating, because I was deprived, and everything just came piling back. The weight came back instantly. So I was at a loss. And there were times where I even resorted to laxatives to purge my bowel after a meal. Makes me feel less guilty. And even, that was a really silly thing and stupid thing to do, but that was how I reacted when I was desperate to lose weight. Then I didn't know anything about loca or keto. In fact, I didn't know anything about nutrition at all. I was happy to just eat 2 slices of bread, crackers with my coffee, and thought that was a good idea, I have a family history of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, kidney failure, all very typical medical problems. And in my late 30s, I started having osteo-arthritis and in both my knees, and it led to a very painful life. And eventually, because I couldn't sleep from the pain from my knees, I resorted to sleeping pills, and this led to an addiction problems, which really affected my health. I almost died twice because of this addiction problem, and thanks to the intervention of my family members, I went to Australia to seek treatment for my addiction, and it was really an eye-opener. It was like one of the best things I ever did, and ever since then I was so grateful that I chose the road to recovery and have been clean for many years now. Eventually, at the age of 50, which is 8 years ago, I had my bilateral total knee replacement, and that was again one of the best things that I have ever done. It was so liberating to live without the agony of pain, and I gained my life back. I can be active again. So eventually I started writing about my experience on my total knee replacement and also my addiction problem. During my recovery from total knee replacement, I also discovered that I have mild degeneration on my lower lumbar spine that causes back pain, and it's still bothering me now, and it's something that I have to get it fixed eventually. After my total knee replacement, I started writing a blog to share my experience in total knee replacement and addiction problem as well. I also started researching on the root cause of arthritis because I was concerned that it would affect my other joints as well. And I found out that the root cause of arthritis and all other diseases is sugar. Yes, I'm sure all of us don't like to hear this, as sugar is in all the food that we crave for. Think cookies, donuts, pastries, pizza, pasta, rice. They're so delicious and addictive, right? And it's actually not sugar per se, but all carbohydrates, because they turn into sugar in our body. A big part of my research was based on the New York bestseller book called The Wheat Belly. This is the one. It's written by Dr. William Davis, a cardiologist. I got this online many years ago, and it's been one of the greatest research book that I have, and I would highly recommend that we check this out. Dr. Davis said that modern wheat is the worst carbohydrate, as it has been proven to cause increase in appetite and food addiction. It also causes obesity, particularly in the visceral fat. Yes, it's called a wheat belly because it increases the fat in the belly. It causes diabetes, heart disease, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, acid reflux, dementia, cancer, celiac disease, irritable bowel syndrome, and many other diseases. So of course, other carbohydrates is bad too, but wheat is the worst. So if we remove wheat from our diet, we have removed the most flagrant problem source in our diet. I know this can be a big problem for most people because wheat is practically in all those delicious food that I mentioned just now, bread, pastry, pasta, noodles, cakes, But I know this to be true because I've tested on myself. Not only myself, it happened to my sister too, she is a great bread lover. She dreams about the bread that she's going to eat the next morning. And there was one time she had a severe stomach discomfort. And I told her, you please remove the bread and see how it goes. And she couldn't do it initially because she's so addicted to bread. Eventually her stomach problem got so bad, she decided to stop the bread. And guess what? The problem went away. So, the same thing happened to me. I know this to be true because when I remove wheat from my diet, my acid reflux goes away naturally. I lose weight and my blood sugar level reduces. My immune system improved tremendously. But when I started consuming wheat again, everything comes back instantly. So, including the weight. So it was from this Belly book that I learned about eating low carb, and so I tried to dish up delicious low carb food for myself. But I feel miserably over a 6-year period. It was a roller coaster journey of eating low carb, high carb, low carb, high carb. Another vicious cycle, I would say. The main problem I feel is that I feel very deprived of food. So please feel free to check out my blog. I'll leave the link down below on my total knee replacement experience, my addiction experience, the root cause of arthritis, why wheat is the worst carbohydrate, and how wheat causes all diseases. In September 2017, I gained so much weight and my acid reflux problem was horrible. I spent so much money on medication, specialist treatment, including doing endoscopy, but they found nothing really wrong. I couldn't sleep also because of this acid reflux problem, which gave me severe stomach discomfort and pain. At the same time, my blood sugar level went up to a pre-diabetic level. This was really a wake-up call for me. I'm very concerned about my blood sugar level because diabetes runs in the family. So I try to be careful of that. So immediately I went back to eating low carb. And this time I started an Instagram account. I'll leave a link down below. Which kept me very accountable. So as I love to cook, I started sharing my delicious low carb recipes and including bread. Bread is one of the things I miss the most when going low carb. So I experimented with many types of low carb or keto breads so that I do not feel deprived of it. I have shared on my YouTube channel some of my favorite breads and buns, so please check it out. I've also discovered Konjac food for the very first time, and I would say this is again one of the best things that ever happened to me. I started posting dishes with this Konjac food in my Instagram, and this was how Miracle Noodle discovered me and offered me to join as one of the ambassadors. Of course, I gladly accepted because I love Konjac rice and noodles. In fact, they are the main reason why I could successfully live low carb for the longest period this time. So yes, Konjac food is my lifesaver, and let me show you how delicious they look. These are some of the dishes that I whipped up. Okay, they don't just look delicious, they taste delicious too. You can check out all the recipes from my Instagram. Actually, I've also made some of videos of miracle rice and noodle dishes which are available in my YouTube channel here. Now, if you've not seen Konjac food, let me show you. This is spaghetti from Miracle Noodles. They are slightly springier than regular noodles, very much like glass noodles, I would say. Now, here's another one. This is rice from Miracle Noodle. This is my lifesaver because I am not deprived of rice at all. And actually, they taste bland, so they will take up after any flavor that you cook them with. They are plant-based. They contain 97% water, 3% soluble plant fiber. They contain hardly any carb. They are grain-free, they are wheat-free, gluten-free, they are blood sugar friendly, and of course weight loss friendly. So let me show you. They have many flavors. This is a flavored one. It's spinach, which is one of my favorites, but actually I love all of them. Now, besides cooking with them, I also take them to whenever I go locally, as well as far as to Bangkok last September. I posted lots of pictures in my Instagram, so you can check them out. It's very convenient for me to request food vendors here to replace my Miracle Noodle or rice with the regular ones. And very often they have no problem at all. They're very, very obliging. So this way I could actually still enjoy all my favorite food and still stay low carb. Now, if you're interested to try this Konjac food, I will leave a link down below to Miracle Noodle and some details of how you can use my 10% discount code to get a 10% discount from it. So after 2 months of living low carb, my pre-diabetic level, blood sugar level already fell to a normal level. My chronic acid reflux problems started reducing and improving after a few months, and then eventually it just went away naturally. My immune system also improved tremendously, so I hardly fall sick. I think I did not fall sick even after 1 over years. But when I do, I recover pretty quickly. In terms of weight loss, I don't know exactly how much I lost because my scale doesn't budge very much. But I do know that I have lost many inches across my whole body. So since the scale is not very friendly with me, I just track my progress in my dress sizes, which is actually much more obvious. I've lost slightly over 4 dress sizes pretty quickly after I started living low carb. I eat a lot of, I try to eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of meat, eggs, and I eat my Miracle Noodles, rice, salads, I try to cut down on my fruits, so I do eat fruit, but very little. And pretty soon the inches started falling off all over my body without much effort. So far in terms of long trousers or jeans, I reduced from size 18 to 10. Actually, I hardly ever wore jeans below 18 because I have big hips and thighs. So it's amazing that in the last 20 months, I have gone through 4 sizes, from 18 to 16 to 14, 12, and I'm happy that I can wear 10 now. As for tops, I reduced from triple XL to M now, and the best thing was graduating from plus size stores. So I can now shop at regular stores. So you can imagine how thrilled I was. Now I can walk into a H&M store and I could wear a size M top. So that is an amazing achievement, I think. In terms of my face, I can see my neck now and feel my collarbones, and my face is not so bloated anymore. So I'm so thrilled about that too. For the most part of my weight loss, I've actually not tried intermittent fasting until about 8 months ago. I started doing 16 hours with an 8-hour window eating period. So typically I eat 3 meals from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then I fast for 16 hours. This is not hard at all, as I do sleep very early. Occasionally I increase to 18 to 20 hours with 2 meals a day. But most days I'm very used to doing 16 hours. After losing 4 dress sizes, I reached a plateau, so intermittent fasting did help me lose a little bit more. Of course, there are also a lot of other benefits to do intermittent fasting, so I really should do more of it. But if you're interested to know more about the benefits of intermittent fasting, I'm going to leave a link down below so you can refer to it. Now, if you ask me, do I ever cheat? I'm not going to lie, of course I do, but I don't call it cheating. I don't like to fuss about what I can or cannot eat, especially when I go out with friends. Otherwise, I don't think anyone would invite me anymore. So yes, occasionally I enjoy regular food with friends and families, especially over gatherings or celebrations. And after that, I just get back to living low carb. After all, this is a lifestyle, it's not a short-term diet. If you ask me why low carb and not keto, actually both of them are low carb diets, but keto is a lot stricter in terms of the amount of carbs allowed. I think I'm a very practical person. I chose to live low carb as it is much more sustainable for me. Unlike Western countries, here in Malaysia, my home country, you literally can't find any sugar-free syrup, sauces, dressings, or any other cooking ingredients. So even though we are blessed with abundant street food and hawker food, which makes eating out so cheap and convenient, but we can't control the sauces, the seasonings they used. But to me, it's a blessing that I'm able to get the vendors to replace the regular noodles or rice with my Konjac food, because this means the bulk of the problem has been removed. So I find the other problem with the seasoning is actually quite negligible. Of course, when I cook at home, it's a lot easier to control the seasonings. But having said that, I still wish we have low-carb friendly sauces for our pantry staples, like oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, plum sauce, chili, tomato sauce, bean paste, etc. They would add much more flavors to our food. Maybe somebody out there will come up with these sauces soon, so I will be looking forward to it. If you're thinking of starting a low-carb diet, I hope my experience will help you in some ways. It may be tough initially, but it does get easier and easier until it becomes a lifestyle. So time is the essence, my friends. Don't wait too long. Just start, I wish I had known about the benefits of living low-carb much earlier. In order to avoid having to suffer the damages of arthritis, which not only affected my knees but my lower lumbar spine and some other areas like my fingers, my elbows too. These are damages caused by years of living on high carbohydrate diets. But having said that, I know it is easier said than done, you know. The reality is that we tend to procrastinate until things get very bad. Then only we might do something about it. Or we may know that carbs are bad for us, but we still want to enjoy our food first and then we worry later. So obviously change is difficult for most of us. So even if I knew earlier about the benefits of eating low carb, I may or may not have changed. I really don't know. But looking back at the sufferings I went through with arthritis, which led to my sleeping pills addiction, my weight gain, chronic acid reflux, and not to mention lots of money went down the drain for treatments and medications, I feel it's not worth it. Totally not worth it. But you know, I can only share my experience with family members now, and the rest is up to them. This is something that individuals have to decide for themselves whether to do or not. But there are two beings in my house that I could control their diets. And that is one Furby, my dog, and Felix, my cat. We rescued them just outside our house a few years ago. And all along I take care of their food. Felix is quite good. He's been on grain-free diet with all along, you know, with canned wet foods and grain-free kibbles as well, and he's okay. But Furby eats real food like ground meat, eggs, and lots of vegetables. Unfortunately, rice was part of her food as well. And it's scary that every year when I take her for vaccinations, she puts on a few kilos. And the vet will always be warning me about the potential problem that she will face later on. So 6 months ago, I decided to remove rice from Furby's diet and made it grain-free. And guess what? She lost weight instantly. And she's now slim and healthy, so I'm happy with that. If you would like to make a change, there are so many resources in social medias and Google nowadays which we can learn from. Some of my resources include Weight Belly by Dr. Davis William, as I mentioned earlier in this video. Dr. Jason Fong, a nephrologist or kidney specialist from Canada, who talks about intermittent fasting as the new medicine and how diabetes can be reversed. And Dr. Eric Burke, who specializes in healthy ketosis and intermittent fasting. I've learned a lot from watching their YouTube videos, so you can check them out. I'll leave some links below. Of course, I'm also blessed with a big low carb and keto community in social medias, where we share recipes, we share ideas, and then we keep each other motivated. These are online friendships that I'm grateful for each day. If you ask whether I reach my weight loss goal, well, I don't really set a goal for my weight loss. I am happy just losing weight along the way. It's been easy for the first 4 dress sizes, and I know after this it will be tougher and slower, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. I will just continue to live my low carb lifestyle in a sustainable way, which I feel it's very important to be sustainable, otherwise it won't make sense. And if I still manage to lose some more weight along the way, then it will be a bonus for me. So before I end this video, my friends, I would like to say that I really enjoyed the experience and hope it gives you some benefits. If you like this video, give it a like. If you have any comment, please leave it below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching, everyone.